What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a Liverpool transfer news video, because it looks like Liverpool have found their long-term successor to Mohamed Salah. Liverpool are still in deep negotiations with Salah, Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold. So at the moment we don't know whether any of these three players will sign a new contract, but in the meantime Liverpool are scouting the market and they have found the next Salah, and he is a fellow Egyptian, Omar Marmoush, who is absolutely tearing it up in the Bundesliga. If you saw the Frankfurt-Bayern game, or if you saw any of the Frankfurt games this season, you know who I'm talking about. He has 9 games, 9 goals and 6 assists. So 15 goal contributions in 9 games. He started the season in red hot form and I absolutely love watching him. I watch the Bundesliga highlights because I follow Dortmund and Union Berlin and other clubs in the Bundesliga, and it's a really fun league to watch in my opinion. And according to various English newspapers, Liverpool are one of many top Premier League clubs who are keeping tabs on Omar Marmoush. But more importantly, Omar Marmoush dreams of playing for either Liverpool or Arsenal in the Premier League, and he's labelled as the next Mo Salah. He's 25 years old and he scored 9 goals and 6 assists this season. Last season he has 17 goals and 6 assists. So he already matched last season's assist tally in just the first 9 games. Last season he played 41 games and scored 17 goals. And for a winger, he's left winger, but he can play on the right wing or through the middle as well. He's a very versatile player. It's not a bad record last season, 17 goals and 6 assists, but I think he just entered the next level. He's now a world-class player, because you don't score 9 goals and get 6 assists in 9 games in a pretty tough Bundesliga if you are not a top player. And he has 8 goals and 4 assists in just 6 Bundesliga games. Absolutely remarkable. He is topping the Bundesliga charts ahead of Harry Kane. And he was the man of the match for Frankfurt. He scored 2 goals and got an assist against Bayern Munich. So against a very top team, he has done it. And he has been absolutely sensational. The Bild newspaper and Christian Falk is reporting that Marmoush also dreams of joining Liverpool or Arsenal, and there is a real chance that Liverpool could target the Egyptian international as a potential replacement even for Mo Salah if Salah decides not to accept Liverpool's contract proposal, even though Marmoush's preferred position is on the left and centrally, but I think he can play anywhere on the front line. And also we have many versatile players who can play in a lot of positions. Marmoush could be ideal for Liverpool to replace Salah. Of course, he won't replace Salah's numbers, because Salah is a 31 goals per season striker or attacker at Liverpool. He's one of the best players that Liverpool have ever had and one of the best players the Premier League has ever seen. So it's almost impossible to replace Salah. But you could add a player like Marmoush who could easily get 15 to 20 goals and 10 to 15 assists a season. And if he can produce those numbers consistently for the next 5 years, he would be an absolutely fantastic signing. And Marmoush could have Liverpool could have an ideal replacement in mind with Marmoush, because Marmoush is 7 years younger than Mo Salah. He's only 25 years old, so he's entering his prime. He is going to have his best season yet. Liverpool will wait until the end of the season to judge Marmoush on a full 2 seasons at Frankfurt, and previously he played at other clubs in the Bundesliga where he didn't set the world alight. At Wolfsburg 3 seasons ago he only scored 6 goals and got 1 assist, but at Frankfurt it really clicked for him and he's really elevated his game to another level. And apparently in the summer Fulham and West Ham United were interested in Marmoush, but Marmoush decided to stay at Frankfurt where he's playing European football, and he has been scoring goals in the Europa League as well as the Bundesliga. So I think ultimately he made the good decision to stay in the Bundesliga, to develop at Frankfurt, because he waits for a really big club in the Premier League. And at the moment it looks like Arne Slot doesn't really fancy Darwin Núñez, can't really get the best out of him. He hasn't played too many games, of course, but it just is a fact that Diogo Jota suits most games at Liverpool where Liverpool are playing against the low block, like against Crystal Palace and against other teams. But for example, against Bologna, where Bologna were high pressing Liverpool, Darwin Núñez was the ideal attacker. But Darwin Núñez only has 1 goal. Yes, he only started like a couple of games, so the jury is still out. But Liverpool could sell Darwin Núñez and keep Salah and sign Marmoush, and then we have upgraded our front line, because I'm not sure if Darwin Núñez will ever become a 15 to 20 goal a season regular attacker under Arne Slot. And he, for the price tag, frankly, Núñez should be scoring 25 goals and get around 5 to 10 assists regularly. But if he's not playing regularly, you can't really criticize Darwin Núñez too much on this season. Hopefully the Arne Slot can unlock Núñez's potential. But I think if Núñez fails this season, then Liverpool might look to sell him and replace him with a better player, because there is no sentiment in football, and you have to be ruthless. If you are Liverpool and you want to overtake Arsenal and Man City, you have to be ruthless in the transfer market. And the German newspaper Welt am Sonntag, which is basically translates to Sunday World, Liverpool are now set to move to complete a £33.4 million deal for Marmoush, or potentially more. And I think that would be ridiculously low for a player of Marmoush's caliber. He's easily worth right now 50-60 million. But you know, Bundesliga players come in really cheap to the Premier League compared to Premier League players. If Marmoush were doing these numbers in the Premier League, he would be worth 80 million pounds. But in the Bundesliga, he's worth around 40 to 50 million. And that's the beauty of buying players from Europe. You don't have to pay that much money, while if you buy in the Premier League, I mean, how on earth is Chiesa 10 million when if Chiesa was playing in the Premier League for all these years, then he would be easily 50 million, even with a year left on his contract. And Christian Falk confirmed that Marmoush dreams of playing in the Premier League and dreams of playing for Liverpool. And during the summer, it was well documented, Marmoush was attracting Premier League interest. Nottingham Forest tried to sign him. Fulham also tried to sign him, and West Ham are now placing Marmoush at the top of their transfer shortlist for the January transfer window, or even next summer. But I think if Liverpool are interested in Marmoush, then we can blow all these clubs out of the water. And Marmoush has versatility, pace, finishing ability, and he has been compared to Mo Salah, of course, obviously, because he's also from Egypt. And some other experts are saying that Marmoush is maybe not ready to compete at the highest level consistently. That's why you have to wait for the full season. Is he just in a purple patch, great run of form, and will his form tail off towards the end of the season? We shall wait and see. Christian Falk said, I don't think at the moment he's a striker made for the top 6 clubs in England, but West Ham would be a perfect club for him. A move to a club like West Ham could provide Marmoush with the opportunity to acclimatize to English football, honing his skills before making a potential switch to one of the Premier League's traditional giants. But the thing is, Marmoush is 25 years old, so if he's not ready for Liverpool right now, he may never be ready. If you are good enough, you are old enough, and Marmoush so far looks good enough for Liverpool. But as I said, Liverpool will wait until the end of the season, at least not just to see how Marmoush has done, but also to see how Mo Salah has done. And hopefully we can extend Salah's contract before the January transfer window opens, and he will be able to talk to foreign clubs. And Arne Slot likes to play on a fluid attack where players interchange in their roles sometimes, and Marmoush could be an ideal fit for this system because he also can play in a wide variety of roles and positions. And Marmoush is setting his sights on higher ambitions. If he was just going to the Premier League to any club, he would have signed for Nottingham Forest in the summer, but he's waiting for one of the big guns, one of the really big clubs. And to be honest, from Frankfurt going to Nottingham Forest would be like a downgrade, even though Nottingham Forest could probably offer him higher salary because of how rich the Premier League is. Frankfurt are playing in the Europa League. They are a top 6, top 8 club in the Bundesliga, and Nottingham Forest are not really yet a top 8 club in the Premier League. So I think Marmoush was wise and smart to wait and to see what other offers he is going to get if he is having another great season at Frankfurt. And now he is having a great season, so big clubs are noticing. So Marmoush started his career at Wolfsburg, where he played some games in the early stages, but then he was loaned out to FC St. Pauli. They were in the second Bundesliga, second division in Germany at the time. He scored 7 goals in 21 games there, and then he was loaned out to Stuttgart the next season in the Bundesliga, where he scored 3 goals in 21 games. And then Wolfsburg sold him after he had a full season at Wolfsburg, 6 goals in 36 games, so he didn't fulfill his potential at Wolfsburg. But then when he signed for Frankfurt, he exploded. He scored 17 goals in 41 games, absolutely amazing. And he already has, I think, 6 goals for the Egypt national team as well. But he has no major trophy won in his career, so I think he will want to start winning major trophies very, very soon. Sorry, he made his professional debut for Wadi Degla, a club in the Egyptian Premier League, and then he was transferred to Wolfsburg in 2017. So he started his professional career in Egypt, just like Salah, and then he moved on to another club. So yeah, let me know, to Wolfsburg, let me know, do you want Liverpool to sign Marmoush? I think he would be an absolutely perfect attacker for Liverpool, but maybe if Salah leaves. If Salah stays, then maybe Liverpool should sell Darwin Núñez if he doesn't have a great season, and then we can replace him with a better striker, which will be very, very difficult. I still want to see Darwin Núñez succeed, but let's wait and see how the season unfolds. And great news, Sky Sports and Paul Joyce are reporting that all terms were agreed for Jaro Kwanzaa to sign a new 5-year contract at Liverpool. So that's another contract extension done by Liverpool, and they are also in talks to extend Konate's contract. Ian Doyle is reporting that Liverpool still remain in talks to extend the contract of Salah, Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold in an attempt to extend their stay at the club. But at the moment there are no breakthroughs in negotiations. But it's still early, we are still only at the beginning of October, so we have to wait and see how these talks develop. But the good thing is Liverpool are talking, and hopefully in 1 or 2 months we can reach a conclusion. We have time until the end of December to extend these players' contracts. If by the end of December there is still no news on their extension, that will be very, very worrying. But Liverpool still have almost 3 months until then, so let's wait and see what unfolds, what happens with regards to these players' contracts. But the problem is Dani Carvajal tore his ACL ligaments, I think, in the Real Madrid game. He made a stupid challenge kicking between a rival opponent player's legs. His leg got caught between, and his knee just bent the wrong way, it was horrible to look at. And Dani Carvajal could be out for 1 year. He's the right back of Real Madrid. So Real Madrid will now want to try and sign Trent Alexander-Arnold even more. But the ball is in Liverpool's hands, or in Liverpool's court. If Liverpool give Trent a good enough contract, and he should be made one of the highest paid players in Liverpool and in the Premier League, then Trent will accept that contract. Liverpool absolutely cannot let Trent go on a free transfer. It's just not possible, because otherwise it would be an absolute disaster, not just financially, but PR-wise, it would be an absolute shocker by Liverpool. So come on, Liverpool, get it done. Get the contract done with Trent Alexander-Arnold, the contract extension. So let me know what you think about all these things that we talked about in this video in the comments below. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later guys, goodbye.